GrandMommy, what's Piggy, Wiggly, and Squiggly's adventure today?
I am glad you asked, little lighting chick. Today's adventure is Wacky Tacky Wednesday. Now, all you adults are going to say, well, what in the world is Wacky Tacky Wednesday? Well, sit down in your comfortable chair and I will tell you what Wacky Tacky Wednesday is. The three little pigs and Patty Pig, no relation, okay, and Sally Skunk, Allie the Alligator, and the Little Bad Wolf are all going to Vacation Bible School this week. And Vacation Bible School is a lot of fun to do. GrandMommy remembers that. Believe it or not, they had them back in those days. So, today... my crew is laughing at me because they really did have VBS back in the old days. So, my God, that wasn't many years ago, too. Anyway, so today, as you have figured out, was Wacky Tacky Wednesday. So the three little pigs, they didn't quite understand it, and Mommy Pig says, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take some of your old clothes, and we're going to cut them apart, and we're going to sew them back together again, all crazy looking. Mommy! And she says, you just wait. She said, child, she says, I am going to dress you boys. She says, you're going to get the prize for Wacky Tacky Wednesday. So she had she always makes Piggly a yellow shirt. And she always makes Wiggly a blue shirt. And she always makes Squiggly a red shirt. Do you know that there are certain words that are color? That when you say the word, you can see this color? And every time that GrandMommy says Squiggly, I always see red. That's why he has red shirts all the time. Well, then she took some of their shorts that was some of them were flowered and some of them were checked and some of them were just plain colors. She took their shorts and she cut them apart. And so Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly says, well, Mommy, we can't wear they don't stay together. How are we supposed to wear these shirts and these pants because they're all cut apart? What are we supposed to be doing? She says, I told you we're going to sew them together. Well, she took the red sleeves and put on the yellow shirt, and on the back of the shirt, she put the blue part of the shirt. So, Piggly had on red sleeves and a red back. And then Piggly's front was blue and his collar was yellow. So then Wiggly, and I know GrandMom's going to mess up on this, Wiggly's shirt was red sleeves, blue collar, and a yellow sides, and the back was red. And all the other pieces left over went together for Squiggly's shirt. So all the shirts was a combination of red and yellow and blue. So that made Squiggly's sleeves blue, and his back was yellow, I think it was, and his front was red, or vice versa, front or back, depending on how she made them together. And then she took their pants and she put some stripes material in the front, and then she put some checkered material in the back, and she sewed them all together. And oh my goodness gracious, they looked like little ragamuffins. But it was Wacky Tacky Wednesday. And they just got the biggest chuckle out of this. They looked in the mirror and they said, oh my goodness gracious. And she said, you know what, boys? It's too bad you can't wear hair bows. It's too bad that you're not little girls, because I could get some good hair bows. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make some hats. Oh, here they go. She borrowed 3 hats from Mr. Farmer Brown. And thank goodness he had 3 old hats that were just about to fall apart. Oh my goodness gracious! There was hay in some of the hats, and there was some strings off of the corn in the other parts of the hats, and they were just coming apart. So she plopped them on their head, and she said, "Now we're going to stick a flower in each one of your hats." "But Mommy, we're boys. We don't wear flowers." She says, "But you could do it in your hat." Okay. So, just to keep them on the safe side so that the teacher would know who they were, she put a yellow flower in Piggy's hat, and she put a blue flower in Wiggly's hat, and she put a red flower in Squiggly's hat. And that way the teacher knew who they were, because they looked just alike, you know. All 3 of them looked just alike. Well, off to school they go, and they couldn't wait to see what Allie the alligator was wearing, and they couldn't wait to see what Little Bad Wolf was wearing. Well, of course, Mrs. Farmer Brown, she got Little Bad Wolf all fixed up. And she had Mr. Farmer Brown's overalls on Little Bad Wolf. Oh, my gracious sakes. They were rolled up so many times, because Mr. Farmer Brown's pretty tall. Yep, he's about that tall. And Little Bad Wolf isn't quite that tall. About that tall, right. So Mrs. Farmer Brown, she rolled up the pants legs, and she rolled up the pants legs, and she rolled up the pants leg. Oh my goodness gracious. She finally had to pin them up because it was so much. So then she put on this shirt on him, and she kind of got the idea like Mrs. Piggy, Mommy Piggy, and she put a patch on this sleeve right here, and then she put a patch on the tail of the shirt, and he was just all patched up. It was so cute. And then she put a baseball hat on his head and turned it around backwards so he'd be real hip. So Allie the alligator, he comes, and his mommy didn't really sew too much. So she painted a lot of things. So she didn't know what quite to do with him. But she did figure out what to do. She found a shirt that he wore 2 years ago. And it was real tight. He could hardly get it over his head. It was real tight, and he kind of had to walk like this because it was so tight. And then she found a pair of pants, overall pants, and he'd worn those 2 years ago, and he had grown now, and he could barely get into the pants. And then she put a green sock on one leg and a yellow sock on the other leg, and she put a tennis shoe on one leg, and she put a cowboy boot on the other foot. And she says, okay, that's the best I can do. Oh, my gracious sakes. And it was really cute. The pants were too tight and too short on him, and the shirt was too tight and too short on him. Oh, my goodness gracious, he looked so cute and funny. Well, here comes Patty Pig. And she decided to wear one of her old dresses that she used to wear in dance recital. And so she was going to be a ballerina. Well, her mommy said, this is supposed to be tacky. How are you going to make it tacky? And she says, I'm going to put a red apron over this pink dress. And then she says, I'm going to put flowers all in my hair. I'm going to put hair bows and flowers all in my hair. And I might even put a couple of hair bows on my
strings.
Yes, on the top of the tutu, or the dress. Anyway, she looked real cute. And for her shoes, she didn't wear ballet slippers. She wore cowboy boots. So that was a silly ballerina. So that was her tacky. They all got to Vacation Bible School, and they had so much fun looking around to all the boys and girls, seeing what all they had dressed up in. There was all kinds. There was people dressed like a little leopard. There was people dressed just very weird, very weird, very weird. Well, teacher had a prize for them, and 3 little pigs got first prize. And Little Bad Wolf got second prize. He was so excited. And another little boy got the 3rd prize. I don't know what his name was. They didn't tell me. But we know that Little Bad Wolf and the 3 little pigs got 2nd place and 1st place. Well, I guess it's probably time to leave our story for today. My timekeeper is, okay. I didn't think she had it ready. So that isn't a very big story today, boys and girls, and it's really not too funny, but that's what happened today. Okay? All right. We're going to see you Friday. Okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye.